Happening now, President Donald Trump is on his way back to the U.S. from a historic summit with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. The 5-hour meeting started with a handshake and ended with an agreement. The U.S. will guarantee the security of North Korea in exchange for Kim's, quote, firm and unwavering commitment to complete denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula. President Trump says he believes he's already forming a bond with Kim Jong-un, a leader he formerly called a manic and little rocket man. He told ABC's George Stephanopoulos exclusively how his viewpoint has evolved.
I do trust him, yeah. Now, will I come back to you in a year and you'll be interviewing? I'll say, gee, I made a mistake. That's always possible.
Now, the agreement is light on details, but it states the two countries have overcome, quote, decades of tension and hostilities. And new at 11, so what's next for the U.S. and North Korea? News for Utah's Brittany Johnson discusses the outcome of that historic meeting with a local national security expert.
President Trump gets a pretty big foreign policy win, but I think it's a conditional win. I think it's a win if it continues to be a win going forward.
Ryan Vogel, the director of national security studies at Utah Valley University, says the historic meeting between North Korean leader Kim Jong-un and U.S. President Donald Trump is a step in the right direction. The president saying both leaders are committed to denuclearization.
It's important to note that Kim Jong-un kept talking about denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula. So we're talking about the entire peninsula, not just North Korea. He did agree to that. We did exchange, in exchange, we agreed to cease all military drills.
But agreement is short on specifics, like whether denuclearization will be verifiable and irreversible.
Does denuclearization mean that we have an inspection regime in place? It doesn't look like that. There were no real details here. Does it mean that inspections will also apply to South Korea or to the United States on South Korean territory? That's also unclear.
There's no word on firm commitments from North Korea, but President Trump says he trusts Kim Jong-un will hold up his end of the deal.
But going forward, will Kim Jong-un allow for inspectors, especially inspectors that we trust in North Korean territory, to verify whether they've actually complied with the agreement that they've put in place? The other side of that is also important, is will we allow inspectors to inspect our sites and the South Koreans?
The details of the summit are expected to be discussed in greater detail at the White House next week. Reporting in the newsroom, I'm Brittany Johnson, News 4, Utah.